Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to a corner's first look at BitRick's venture. It is a roguelite action game similar to The Binding of Isaac or Enter the Gungeon, developed and published by Kakapoo developers, and we're going to have a quick look. Option wise, pretty simple language choices, blood effect, scan line effect. I must admit I have had a little issue getting the resolution right. They only have about 4 or 5 options, but overall a fairly standard setup. The upgrade system works by defeating bosses to unlock perks. As you can see here, this stuff uses money. Weapons uses hairballs, which is what you get for beating bosses. We can get some basic upgrades unlocked. I have done a run. So this sort of crosses Binding of Isaac with like Vampire Survivor in the way it progresses. So as you can see, the prices go up very, very quickly. But yeah, we've got a couple of upgrades. Let's dive right in. You're safe here. Normal enemies will go easy on you. No penalties yet. We can't seem to change it yet. I think we have to unlock it. It's our character. Okay. So this is where the repeat gameplay loop comes in. Okay, we've got a pistol. You can see top right hand corner we have the amount of ammunition we have. Press R to reload, and there's a mechanic. We sprint with shift, left shift, which slowly refills over time. As you can see, the bar at the bottom fills up. And we aim with the left mouse. Well, we aim with the mouse and fire with the left mouse. Space is melee attack. And we can open up our stats here. We've got luck, HP damage, all down this side. Like I said, I've had issues getting it to stay on the screen. But there's no distress chest down here, so let's go. Press E to open it. Sus orb. Chance of causing damage to all enemies every time you collect an orb. Okay. That's the boss room who will heal us. With a bloke who will heal us if we go in. So we need to now need to find the key. So this is very much like the Binding of Isaac. Took a bit of damage. Unfortunately, the enemies have the hit circles on this aren't like the hitbox on this aren't great. The enemies tend to have quite a high, tick rate. They can hit you from quite far away, and the game doesn't have a lot of good indicators about where damage is coming from. It's like, oh, it's swinging, you're nearby, you get hit. So you really want to stay as far away from the enemy as possible in this game. As you can see, there is gore. And it gets more fire rate. There is gore in this game, so if it's something that you're wanting to give to people of a younger age, just remember there is gore and viscera. I mean, so far it plays like a pretty much standard sort of roguelite room clearer. Nothing particularly outstanding about it. I mean, it has really strong. The art style reminds me of Downwell, in that kind of and that kind of feel to it. Okay. Let's stack some more XP. Some more coinage. As you can see, everything in this game moves very quickly. And there's the key. So let's just smash stuff open to see what we get. Okay. Another treasure room. Fantastic. From what I've seen, I haven't come across any like random weapon chests or anything like that. So far my gaming experience is this quite straightforward. Also, you cannot run when you're reloading. So be aware that if you try and run and gun in this game with the sprint button, it will fail horribly. Okay, let's get more fire rate. Enemies have a chance of exploding on death. Okay. So we've got that. 4% chance to instantly kill an enemy. I wonder if that applies to the boss mobs. Who knows? But we have... Oh, there is a room down here. So basically it's an XP room. Okay. Right. There doesn't seem to be a timer like in The Binding of Isaac. So, as it stands right now, it's better for us to clear the entire floor. Like I said, the art style gives me very much Downwell vibes. Okay, so he's going to heal us. Fantastic. Okay, so it's this boss. Alright. This was the last one they fight. I do not think... As you can see, it's very hard to avoid getting hit in this game. Personally, I found that I did find that quite frustrating. So you can basically... The thing I find with this game is that the enemies... The attacks come really quickly. Your character doesn't move very well. It is just a bit frustrating. The problem is, I can see what they're going for the mechanic. The mechanic of like Vampire Survival. Where, oh, you've got currency. You're supposed to invest it in upgrades. so I get more damage. Like, get more critical hit chance, that kind of thing. I understand where that comes from. But there's a real balancing act with games like this, in my opinion, where there's a difference between you needing to have the upgrades to have a chance of winning, and it being possible to win without the upgrades. And that fight, like, I've done it a couple of times, and it's just really hard to avoid. It's really hard to avoid the no, I'm not going to take that. Really hard to avoid the ghost, because it just teleports straight onto you. Right. Let's not smash anything. Okay, key room already. Okay. Level up. Let's try and get our movement speed up so we can actually stand a chance against a ghost. And hopefully we can actually beat the first boss. Okay. Map doesn't show where this drops consumables. Okay, what do we get? Fast bullet velocity, chance to instantly kill, ready chance to spread 8 bullet projectiles on enemy's death. Let's grab that one. Being able to fire faster in this game is always important. Okay, so there's an XP room down here. Okay, more damage. I wonder if the game expects you to really go turtle into one stat. If it expects you to be just how dedicated to one particular stat it expects you to go, because some games let you do a wide spread of your stats, while others say, well, you really need to sort of turtle into one particular stat if you want to get the most out of it. Okay, that's the boss room. Okay, resources aren't left lying on the floor either, that's good to know. So you can't do the good old Binding of Isaac trick of leaving hearts on the floor to come back for them later. Try my luck. Okay. Attempts a chance of causing 20 damage to all enemies when you're collecting an orb. So it's useless against boss monsters. Okay. Right here. And we got chance to jump and dodge a projectile. Okay. Let's just see how fortunate we get with that. Okay. Okay, so we can have enemies falling on top of us as well. We need to be careful because our health is getting very low. Okay. Extremely low on health. Okay. So I died before his thing even popped out. That's annoying. Okay. I would say the hitboxes in this game are a bit strange. Okay, so we unlocked a new item. Go to hell. 14% chance to set fire to all enemies. Effects last 4 seconds. Okay. Right, with the money we have... if it's going to be anything like Vampire Survivor, XKP gain, and we'll put some money into health. Okay. Yeah, this is BitRick's venture. To be honest, there's a decent way to have any roguelite that tries to follow the Binding of Isaac formula. If you're going to play a game like that, why not just play like Into the Gungeon or the Binding of Isaac? Because they are vastly superior. Like, I'm not saying this game isn't bad, it's not. It tries really hard, but my issue with games that try and blend that kind of gameplay with the mechanics of Vampire Survivor is the fact that Vampire Survivor just does it much better. This game almost feels like you have to up the upgrades. Like, I came very close to beating the boss, that ghost with the boxing gloves, but it's just... It's annoying because your character doesn't do a lot of damage without stat increases, and the enemy's attacks have really strange hitboxes. So I'm just not really a fan, to be honest. I mean, I'll put a link in the description below in case you enjoy it, but my first impressions of it is like it's not really for me. I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been BitRick's venture, and I shall see you again next time. Goodbye.